Okay, so today we're going to work on counting by tens to 120. And our question asks us, how do numbers change as you count by tens to 120? Remember, we are always looking for patterns when we are doing skip counting. They make skip counting much easier. All right, so it says start on 10, count forward by tens, color each number as you say it. So I'm going to get actually my highlighter out. And I'm going to highlight, and I want you to color as I am coloring. So it tells us to start on 10. So I'm going to say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right, so we colored all of these numbers on our 100 charts. We counted by tens from 10 to 20. So what number did we color first? We colored 10 first. And then what number did we color? We colored 20. All right. So how did we know what numbers to color? Well, we counted by tens and then colored the numbers that we said. So look at our pattern that we have here of what we colored. The pattern that I see is that it's a whole column on our hundreds chart. It's a whole column on our hundreds chart. And I see another pattern. I see that all these numbers have a 0 in the ones place. All of them have a 0. I'm going to erase it for just a second. All of these have zeros in the ones place. They all end in a 0. And then I noticed something else. I noticed that it increases in the tens place by, so it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into the tens place all the way till we get to 100. So I'm seeing some patterns when I count by tens. What number it ends with and what it begins with, and then where it's located on our hundreds chart. So these are important patterns that you need to be recognizing. All right. So let's see. I'm going to switch pens and and down here at the bottom, I almost missed this. When counting by tens, what number comes after 40? Remember, it's important when it says counting by tens. What number comes after 40? Well, here's 40. What comes after 40 when counting by tens? 50. All right, so let's look at this next page. It tells us to start on 3, count by tens, write the numbers. So that is something else that's important for us to understand, that when we count by tens, we don't have to just start at 10 or 20 and go on from there. You can start anywhere and increase 10 each time. So that's kind of what this example is showing us. When it tells us to start on 3 and to count by tens to write the numbers. So you can see that they're counting by 10. So look, the column that we talked about going down, this is what we talked about on our last page. It's a column going down, increasing by 10 each time. Same thing here. Same thing here. It's a column going down, and every time it is increasing by 10. Okay? So think about that as we talk about this. I'm going to erase what I did. Let me bring it back. There we go. Okay. All right. So it asks us, what pattern do you see in the colored numbers on the chart? Well, I see that they go down this third column, That's important. I see that there is a 3 in each one of these numbers. In that ones place is a 3. And that each number is going up by 10. So there's a 1 here, and then a 2, and then a 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9, and 10, and 11. So it's increasing by 10 each time. All right, so think, when you count by tens, each number is 10 more. So our little blanks here, 3, 13, 23, 33, 3, 13, 23, 33. I'm just going down this column. 43, 53, 63, 73, 83, 93, 103, 113. Okay, so we can see these patterns here also. So look at the ones place. There is a 3 in the ones place. And then I'm increasing by tens, and I can see that in my tens place. So there's 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s, 8 10s, 9 10s, 10 10s, 11 10s. So we just keep going up. I'm starting to see these patterns. It wants us to use our counting chart to count by tens, write the numbers. So this time it wants us to start on 17. So I can find 17 right here, and we're increasing by tens. That means I'm just going to go down my chart. My ones place is still going to have a 7, and my tens place is going to increase each time. So I started on 17, then I can see 27, and then 37, and then 47, 57, 67, 77, 87, 97. And I could keep going, but that's where my blanks end. So look at your patterns. 7s are staying in the ones place. All ones places have 7s. And then your tens place shows it increasing each time by 10. 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s, 8 10s, 9 10s, and so on. All right, start on 1, and we're going to count by 10. So I'm going to find 1, and I know I'm counting by 10, so I'm just going to go down my chart. I'm just going to color this column. I'm going to go down my chart. So I can see I started on 1, and then 11, 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, and I could keep going. Look at my pattern. What number is in my ones place? The number 1. 1 1. What's happening to my tens place? Well, here I have 0 10s. 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s, 8 10s. I'm increasing by 10. 10 more each time. All right. Let's up a little bit. Number 3 tells us to start on 39. So I'm going to find 39, and I'm going to count by tens, which means I'm just going to go down my chart. Just like that. So I started on 39, 49, 59, 69, 79, 89, 99, 109, 119. Look at your patterns. What number do you have in your ones place? All of the numbers in the ones place is a 9. Then what's happening in your tens place? You're getting 10 more each time. So 3 tens, then 4 tens, 5 tens, 6 tens, 7 tens, 8 tens, 9 tens, 10 tens, 11 tens. So each time you're increasing. You're doing 10 more. So look at our columns once more in our hundreds chart. The left number, the number on the left, this one right here, increases by 1 when you move down a column on the chart. And then if I were to go up, we didn't do that, but if I were to go up my chart, my number would, on the left, would decrease. I start at 3, 2, 1. That means I would be going for 10 less. Down would be 10 more. Up would be 10 less. All right, so I'm going to swipe this up. So it tells us to use a counting chart, count by tens, write the numbers. So this one's starting at 40. And I could come to 40, it's here, and I would just go down my chart. And by recognizing the patterns that we've talked about, I know that the number in my ones place will all be zeros. And I know the number in my tens place is just going to keep increasing by 1. So I would say 40. My tens place increases by 1. My ones place stays at 0 each time. So 4, 5. Now I have 6 tens, 0 ones. 7 tens, 0 ones. 8 tens, 0 ones. 9 tens, 0 ones. And I would say 10 tens, 0 ones. I know 10 tens is 100. And so on. All the way to 120. Look how my ones place is staying the same. It's all zeros. And my tens place is increasing by 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, let's see if we can do the same thing. So this time we're going to start at 15. So I can look at my chart. Here it is. I'm going down. So 15. I notice that my ones place stays the same. They're all 5s. And my tens place is going to increase by 1 each time. So 5 stays the same. 1 goes to 2. 5 stays the same. 2 goes to 3. 5 stays the same. 3 goes to 4. 5 stays the same. 4 goes to 5. 5 stays the same. 5 goes to 6. 5 stays the same. 6 goes to 7. 5 stays the same. 7 goes to 8. 5 stays the same. 8 goes to 9. So my ones place, they all have 5s. And my tens place increased by 1s. Increased by 1. So I'm adding 10 each time. 15 to 25 to 35 to 45 to 55 to 65 to 75 to 85 to 95. Let's try it with 28. So here's 28. I'm going to count by tens. I'm just going to go down this column. Look how my ones place stays as an 8. And my tens place increases by 1 each time because we're adding a 10. So I would say this 2, it's going to turn to 3, and the 8 stays the same. This will change to 4. My 8 stays the same. My 4 turns to 5. 8 stays the same. 5 will turn into 6. 8 stays the same. 6 will turn into 7. 8 stays the same. 7 to 8. 8 stays the same. 8 to 9. 8 stays the same. 9 to 10. 8 stays the same. So I increased each time by 10. So 28, 38, 48, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 108. My tens place is increasing each time because I'm doing 10 more. Let's try 6. So let's see. Oh, I went too far. So here is 6. I can start here and go down my chart. Look how my ones place, they are all sixes, and my tens place increases by 1 each time. So from 6 to 16, because I have 0 tens right here. There's not a number, which means it's 0 tens. So this one would turn to 1 10. And then 2 tens, 6 ones, 3 tens, 6 ones, 4 tens, 6 ones, 5 tens, 6 ones, 6 tens, 6 ones, 7 tens, 6 ones, 8 tens, 6 ones, just like this. Your ones place stays the same. They are all the number 6. Your tens place increases by 1 each time. Let's try it with 14. So I can find 14, it's right here, and I can go down. Look at my pattern. Ones place, they're all 4s. Tens places increase by 1. So I had 14. Now I'm going to have 24. Now I'm going to have 34. 44. 54. 64. 74. 84. 94. All right, and last one, let's try it with 32. So let me go back to my chart. 32, so here's 32. I'm gonna count by 10, so I'll go down my chart. Look at my number in my ones place. They are all 2s. My number in my tens place is increasing by 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're gonna show that on our chart. So I started with 32, now I have 42, 52, 62, 72, 82, 92, 92, 102, 112. So look here. Look at how my ones place. They're all the same. They're staying the same. They're all 2s. My tens place is increasing by 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we have a 10, and then we have an 11. We're increasing. We're doing 10 more each time. All right, if you have not, I want you to pause and I want you to do your math on the spot video. And I'm going to keep going. So it asks, if you start on 43 and count by tens, what number is after 73 and before 93? So I'm going to go back to my chart. I'm going to start on 43, but it's asking what is between 73 and 83. So let's look. I'm going to I'll just do this one. So it told me to start on 43. So here's 43. And I'm going to go down my chart. So 43, 53, 63, and then there's 73. And then it said between 73 and 93. So it comes after 73, but before 93. And I can see that the number in between 73 and 93 is 83. So I would write 83 right here. All right. So this is a riddle. You say me when you start on 21 and count by tens. I'm after 91. I am before 111. What number am I? So we're going to count. We're going to start at 21. And it says this number is after 91, but before 111. So I know it's going to be somewhere between 91 and 111. So I'm going to look. Remember, we're starting on 21. So where's 21? Here's 21. I'm counting by 10, so I'm going to go down my chart. So I have 31, 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, 91. There's one number. 101, 111. There's my other number. So the number that it's our little riddle is 101. It is between 91 and 111. Whoops. Where'd my thing go? $101. Okay. Choose the correct answer. The giraffe eats 84 leaves. Then she eats 10 leaves off one tree and 10 off another. Count forward by tens. How many leaves does she eat? That means she started at 84. Started with 80. She ate 84 leaves. She got 10 more off one tree, 10 more off another tree. How many does she eat? So I'm going to count by tens. I know that my ones place will stay the same, and my tens place is going to increase 2 times, because here's, so 84, 94, 104. She ate 104 leaves, and I can see this on my chart. So look, 84, whoops. Where's 84? Here's 84. Counting by tens. So remember, 10 more and then 10 more. So 84, 94, 104. She had 104 leaves. Okay, number 13 tells us Gavin can count 10 numbers at a time. He starts at 6 and counts 11 times. Count forward by tens. What number does Gavin land on? So he starts at 6. So let's just kind of zoom in here. Starts at 6, and that number is colored on our chart. And he counts forward 11 times by 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What number does he land on? He landed on the number 116. Remember that when we are counting by tens, we are going down our chart. 10 more each time we hit a number. He landed on 116. Kay's fish tank only holds 120 fish. She adds 10 fish once a week. She does this for 2 weeks. How many more fish will it take to fill the tank? All right. Let's see. So Kayla's fish, I'm going to read it one more time because it says it's a multi-step problem. I want to make sure I get all my steps. Kay's fish tank only holds 120 fish. She adds 10 fish once a week. She does this for 2 weeks. How many more weeks will it take to fill the tank? Okay, so on week one, she started at 10 fish. And then she did 10 more the next week. So she's done 2 weeks. And she wants to know how many more weeks it will take to get to 120. Okay? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will take her 10 more weeks to get to that 120 fish if she were to add 10 fish each week. Okay, now it wants us to count by tens. Which numbers complete the count by 10 sequence? So look, we're starting at 3. Remember how the number, when we're counting by tens, the number in the ones place will stay the same. In this number sequence, that number in the ones place is always going to be a 3. And the number in the tens place increases by 1 because we're adding 10 each time. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So we went from 3, 13, 23, 33, 43, 53. 1's place stays the same. 10's place increases by 1 each time because we are doing 10 more each time. So these are the two numbers that I filled in. All right, your job is to do your yellow math homework page and front and back and submit it to Google Classroom.